No. This video is kindly sponsored by Ren. If you've been following my channel, you would know that Ren is a regular sponsor of my content. So thank you so much, Ren, for sponsoring my content once again. Ren is kind of like a website where you can calculate your carbon footprint and then offset it by funding a diverse mix of carbon reduction programs across the world, so such as tree planting, mineral weathering, and rainforest protection. In my previous videos, I did talk about some of the projects such as the indigenous protection of the Amazon rainforest. In this video, I want to talk a little bit more about their biochar project. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is a pretty interesting project. It's a project that's close to where they are based in California. Biochar is actually a carbonized biomass that serves as an effective carbon sequester system. It's a form of carbon that's been known to fertilize soil and also known to kind of enrich the soil in capturing certain toxic substances such as nitrate leaching, etc. And it helps to maintain carbon in the soil and makes the soil an even greater carbon sink in a much more natural way. And I've talked about, being a lot more ecological in the way that we think about climate mitigation programs, and this is one example that I thought was quite an interesting solution. And it has been cited in the IPCC as well as one of the top few solutions that people can adopt in a mass scale across agricultural practices. So definitely using biochar, it has been proven to support the growth of complex soil ecosystems, including mycelium networks and all. And this is a great way of encouraging natural processes rather than taking a top-down approach where humans kind of use all these massive technological fixes instead of really just trying to enrich the soil in itself and let it kind of regenerate and heal itself. So yeah, that's amazing in my opinion. And you can also check out some of the updates that the project has on their website. The most recent update is March 2022, so that was only 2 months ago, and I think that's pretty interesting. You can see that there has been quite a big improvement, the agricultural growth and overall health. So check out Ren down below, linked in the description as well as the pinned comment. The first 100 people who sign up with the link below will have 10 extra trees planted in their names. So that's really cool, and thank you Ren for sponsoring this part of the video. Hi and welcome back to my channel. I am trying out something a bit new. Agent P is currently locked out of my room because I am gonna be eating in my room and I don't want to get the food all over her face, or rather I don't want her to get all over on my food. Today we'll be eating Veganburg. Veganburg is one of the few places that I really enjoy, simply because they make really good burgers, and I don't really eat burgers. I actually don't really like burgers, but their stuff is pretty good. So very nicely, my brother has packed some food for me back home to try out. You can see that. I don't know whether you can see the logo, but this is Veganburg, their chili crab. Now, why chili crab? Because it's one of the flavors that I like from them, but also because I wanted to link it to eating chili crab in the Anthropocene. In case you haven't read it, it's an amazing book about environmental writing in Singapore. Okay, I realized I just gotta eat. No one watches a mukbang to get a book review, right? So I did ask on my Instagram for some questions in case I am bad at this eating thing. So this burger usually comes with the sauce on it, but because my brother packed it to go, he requested for the sauce to be separate. So let me just try and put the sauce on now. ASMR. Sauce. And there we go. Oh, I probably should use a spoon or something. Mmm. This is really yummy. This is mayonnaise. I'm guessing it's also vegan. I'm really demolishing the broccoli. There you go. Is this how you do it? Did I spill it? Mmm. Look at the burger. Mmm. It's good. Well, obviously I knew it was good, but is it focusing? Don't look at my face. Someone asked, what's your favorite hawker center Rex? Actually, my family doesn't really eat hawker food as much because we tend to cook at home. But there's this really good thunder tea rice store that I've been going to quite a few times to tapao, take away. It's really good, and I think it doesn't use tea at all. I think it's all vegetable based. So I'll drop the link down below. And also recently, my parents found this food store that sells Medan food, quite authentic Medan food. So if you want to know how that tastes like, a bit more like authentic Indonesian Medan cuisine, you can check out the store. I'll find the locations both below. But honestly, I don't really have like a hot spot, but I can tell you my favorite like Cai Peng order, if that helps. I usually just get bitter gourd, long beans, and some form of tofu. I thought they would sear the broccoli a lot more. I remember the last time I ate at their store, the broccoli was actually pretty crisp, like burnt. It wasn't just boiled like this. So I don't know. Someone asked me best food to try in Singapore if you're a tourist. That's really hard. And circling back to the whole chili crab thing, actually chili crab is one of those signature dishes that people tend to associate with Singapore. And I think growing up, I definitely enjoyed chili crab quite a bit in terms of like it being a great like festive meal, like getting together with family, celebrating events. And I remember like when I actually finished my A-levels, my mom asked me what I want to celebrate that with, and I said I wanted to eat chili crab, which is really funny, I guess, because normally it's a bit of an older person preference thing. I think a lot of younger people would be like, I want to eat, K barbecue or Japanese chirashi bowls and things like that, or like expensive sushi. But I requested chili crab because I really missed the really rich taste of the chili sauce, which is exactly what is in this burger, which is why I'm so happy that such a burger exists that's vegan but has that essence, I guess. So yes, I would recommend chili crab, but it's not vegan, so I wouldn't say like it's the most widely available dish or like the most sustainable option. But I guess if you're a tourist and you want to try something that's like so iconic in Singapore, that would be one thing. I realize I should describe the food a little bit more. So, is this too late? In the burger, there was actually lettuce, and then this patty that's made of, I think it's some kind of alternative meat. I'll link down the description of the burger below. And it's just like layers of lettuce. It's not much actually, it's just lettuce, the sauce, and then the patty. The patty really does taste very similar to seafood, and I'll just take out a bit for you to see. So the edges are breaded, right, and then the inside is very much like a mix between shrimp and crab in terms of texture, but obviously the taste isn't as strong. Mixture of fish and prawn, I feel, most accurately. But honestly, you don't really feel it because like it just goes so well with the sauce and the lettuce. It kind of feels like a crab cake, prawn cake. I guess that's the thing about like alternative meats, is that they don't really replicate one type of meat like perfectly. So it's not say like you can have a perfect replica of fish meat, or you can have somewhat of a replica of how like white meat feels like in terms of texture. And flavoring wise is also pretty hard to replicate, I feel, because like meat does have very distinct taste due to its like, you know, protein makeup whatsoever. It's very hard to replicate that with just vegetables because they're made different, right? I mean it's obviously different for a reason. But every time I think about like these types of vegan food that try to replicate meat based foods, I always just think about the general experience of it, and that in this case it does achieve that quite accurately. Like this feeling of munching into something that's quite bouncy, something that holds together pretty well. I mean, I don't know, I can't describe food very well. It kind of tastes like fish, actually. I guess one of the reasons why I was inspired to do a mukbang is that I've been watching this mukbanger called Ziyang, and she's just so fantastic to watch. There's some sauce at the bottom here. No. Last bite of the burger. I still have a couple of broccolis left. I still can't get over the pronunciation. Is it broccoli? Broccoli? What's the plural of What's the plural of broccoli? This is perplexing me. I have this opinion that when it comes to eating sustainably, you always have to be careful what about the vegan food that you're eating really is sustainable. For example, importing avocados is hardly really sustainable as compared to eating your local bok choy. And sometimes eating alternative meats can be a lot more energy intensive than just opting for proteins that are more readily available, like tofu, etc. I see it more as like a constant negotiation with the food that you eat. I do think it makes a difference when you choose to eat more plant-based, when you choose to eat more local. The more people make these choices, the more the general culture of taste will shift, right? For example, the story of Vegan Burg was that it's a local company that didn't do so well in Singapore at the start. I think a lot of people's understanding of vegan food was like this more like Euro-American concept of salad bowls and of burgers like this. Things like quinoa, eating lentils like in alternative greens and things like that. But actually, eating vegan or vegetarian can take the form of your own cuisine. It's already a very rich history and culture of eating more plant-based, especially when you look at religious communities in Singapore. I think it's also important to highlight that there are these cuisines that surround you already. And even though I'm eating vegan burger, I mean it's a burger, I just wanted to highlight the company, but also to acknowledge that that doesn't mean that eating vegan necessitates eating, you know, alternatives of meat heavy items. And that's it. Oh, okay. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have no idea how it'll turn out because I'm so used to just talking to the camera, but now I have to eat while I talk. So if I do seem a bit unsightly in some of the cuts above, please excuse me. I am still learning the art of mukbang. But anyway, that was really fun to film. And I've been thinking of doing more mukbangs in the future, featuring vegan food, because I do think that there is a potential to showcase more vegan or plant-based foods in Singapore. So if you have any suggestions on what I should feature next, let me know. Or whether I should cook my own food and let you all see what I cook. Which I can do as well. I mean, I do think I make pretty good plant-based recipes actually. I just don't really share them. So thank you once again for joining me, and let me know if you enjoyed this video. And thank you Ren for sponsoring it once again, and I will see you in the next video. Maybe I can have a much more comprehensive conversation about vegan food and vegan diets when I'm not eating. I just feel like it's a bit too much to be doing all of this while I'm talking to you all. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, this was really fun. So till the next video, take care, rest well. Yeah, and I'm excited to see what the second half of the year brings me. So bye.